Hey guys, and so for today's video, I'm going to be dissecting Kenny Ackerman's last words. And so first, what I'm going to do is play the clip, and then after, I'll go ahead and talk about it a little more in depth, and then just kind of, I guess, contextualize it and relate it to the real world. I want to do a little more of these videos, now knowing that obviously Attack on Titan's done. So I'm going to go ahead and play it first, and then I'll go ahead and talk about it.
We humans, we're all the same. Every last one of us. For some it's drinking. For some it's women. For some even religion. Family, the king, dreams, children, power. All of us had to spend our lives drunk on something. Else we'd have no cause to keep pushing on. Everyone was a slave to something.
Kenny Ackerman wasn't that particularly interesting of a character until his final words, and they hold much value and truth to them. I can agree and disagree with what he said, because there are plenty of people out there who were born with something they held a strong conviction towards. Some people are truly slaves to a conviction, almost like a narrow tunnel with a light at the end of it. Some people in this show something they are willing to die for, and others question if that thing was even worth dying for, and if they were even really that strongly attached to it. Aaron was one who valued his and others' freedom more than anything else. He wasn't going to let his freedom be taken from him, and he would stop anybody from stealing that from him. Armin just wanted to explore and see the mountains and sea. Ervin wanted to know the truth of the walls and how the world got to the point where it is. Plenty of these people had goals and ambitions right from the minute they were born, and they were plenty aware of what they were striving to attain. Others, like Commander Keith, had an idea, yet it just didn't pan out the way he thought it would be. He wanted to be a great leader and special, but he found out that he really wasn't that great of one, and there were others who were truly born to be special. He thought he had a goal and ambition, but it just seemed to not be attainable, and he gave up. Marlowe thought he wanted to protect the king, but then he realized the king wasn't worth protecting, and then he wanted to join the scouts. But right before he died, he wondered if it was even worth joining, and he thought of Hitch. Just because someone seems to be a slave of something doesn't necessarily mean it can't be changed and it can't be questioned. It's unfair to be stuck to one thing. Being one-dimensional and stuck to narrow-driven thinking can be dangerous. It brings Aaron to the idea of destroying the world. It brings Marlowe towards a suicide charge as a decoy. It's important to keep an open mind, perspective, and some understanding. Reagan and Mob Psycho started to question why he even made the Spirit Agency and why he's always admired and used Mob.
There was once a time I did everything efficiently and was filled with curiosity about everything. But then I got bored, quit my job, and rented that office on a whim. I ended up getting into this facade of a job because of an ad I saw in a magazine. That's right. I actually meant to quit this a long time ago. Back then, I couldn't help but admire this little kid that walked into my life. But I wanted something for myself, too. I wanted to become someone special. Yet, this is the result. I haven't changed at all since that day.
Reagan ran the Spirit Agency every day and seemed happy, but he never knew why it made him happy and why he was doing it. And in the end, he really never gave a concrete answer as to why, but he just found that he liked it. I wouldn't say he's a slave towards being the best in the spirit department, or being successful, or being rich. He just simply enjoys what he does without any long-term vision. Seems to be a man living in the moment, just enjoying where the road takes him. It wouldn't surprise me if he changes his business to something else and finds success in it. It would be nice to be so driven to something that you wouldn't even want to sleep because you're striving so hard to get towards that goal. I don't know about you guys, but it's always such a loaded, hard question to answer when an employee asks you, why is it that you wake up every day? Or some type of variation of the question. I hate the question because my answer never feels satisfying to myself. I wake up because I have to work, and if I don't work, I don't make money. And if I don't make money, I can't afford to live under a roof or eat. I do like my job, but I don't know if I love it. I don't wake up thinking, wow, I'm glad this is what makes me wake up every day. I love playing in my Frisbee League on Thursdays, and that gives me something to look forward to in the week. And that's the thing. I don't know what makes me wake up, but I know I work so I can enjoy the weekend. Everyone surely needs something that drives them, and Kenny was one who wasn't too sure about what drove him in the end before dying, but he did see it in others that they had that thing that truly drove them. Do you have something that drives you? Do you have a reason to wake up? Why do you wake up? What are you working towards? Is it your goals and ambitions or someone else's? These are questions we don't ask ourselves every day, or we'd probably just get depressed. But it is something interesting to entertain. Would you agree with Kenny Ackerman that everyone was a slave to something? Just remember, you are free to think your own way and make your own decisions. You don't need someone else to give you an answer to something you didn't even know you had a question to begin with.